Christmas, everyone. I managed to make a layout during the Christmas season, so I thought I would bring it to you. I was just showing you there that I am using paper from October Afternoon Under the Tree collection, and that's what I was doing. So I'm kind of trying to figure out how I want to use this red paper to highlight the photograph. It's a photograph of my lobby area at work, and I had a little break between clients, so I was just sitting and reading, and it was so peaceful and quiet. And then it started to snow, so it was like perfect. So I have that red paper, which is from October Afternoon Under the Tree. It's called Cocoa Sipping, and I just grabbed the chipboard from the October Afternoon Silent Night collection because I remembered that I had this ornament that I haven't used yet. And I also remembered that I had that little Season's Greetings chipboard banner, and I really wanted to use those just because I liked how the blues and golds mixed with the reds. The kind of theme for the decoration in our lobby is blue, gold, and red. So I have that red piece of paper. I also grabbed that piece of chipboard there that says "Not a Creature Was Stirring" from the Silent Night chip and stick because it was so cute. And now I'm trying to figure out what kind of ran with my quiet theme, trying to figure out what kind of piece I'm going to use for journaling. So I'm going through my October Afternoon labels, and then I also grabbed some Daily Flash snow caps from the Eggnog die cut shapes, and that's what I'm looking at now to see if there's some other, I wondered if there was a journaling piece I could use in there. And the thing I don't like about that is there is that mouse on there on both sides. If there wasn't, I probably would have used that because I didn't think it would work to hide it. I wanted to see more of the blue. I did remember, so I have that gold starred paper back there, that in my collection of pieces for my nephew's scrapbook that I'm making, that I had some gold journaling cards. So that's what I'm going to do there, is I'm looking at different cards. I'm going to look at a few of them, and then I'm not going to end up using any of them because I find a better solution. And I keep those in an iris box with the tray in it, which I don't think you can get those trays anymore right now, or you pay an arm and a leg if you do. So, and I didn't write down the collection. Oh, it's Touch of Gold. So that's the die cut shapes from the Touch of Gold collection by Kaiser Craft. And I quickly find that polka dot label and really like how that works. And I thought I might use that 3x4 card behind it or some other card from that collection behind it, and it just doesn't work. And I'm also looking for other pieces that I might be able to use as extra embellishments, I guess would be the thing. And the reason I'm doing that is because part of the October Afternoon pieces that I'm using are very cream colored. Some are a lighter cream and some are white. So I need to blend all of that together, and I need to make it look intentional. Like I just didn't put a piece in that was creamy. And I'll talk about that a little bit later too. So see, I'm trying to hide that deer, not mouse. I think it was a deer that was on there. My screen's a little bit smaller, so I'm having a hard time seeing that. But it just is not working for me. So I'm kind of continuing to try to figure this out. And I'm getting a little frustrated here and deciding that I really need to probably trim my papers down a little bit. And if I do that, then I'll probably be able to figure out how these all lay together. Part of the problem is I don't have the papers trimmed yet. And so I'm figuring that out. And there's that ornament again. So now I'm going to go trim that Cocoa Sipping paper. And I'll trim it a couple more times, but at least I have it to a manageable size that I can work with it now, which was the problem before, is it was just taking up too much space. So like that. And I'm going to glue this on with my ATG adhesive, but it's not going to be glued properly. And I'm adding extra adhesive to those chipboard shapes just to make sure they stay. So, and I love the way that ornament looks. That Silent Night collection, I think it's from 2013, and the Under the Tree is from 2014. So I've used some old pieces. I miss October Afternoon. I just love their things, and I loved their Christmas collections. So I still have some of these left, and I do use them. It's not like I'm hoarding them. And I tend to use them when I'm making like regular layouts. I haven't used them in a December daily, or in my case, a holiday daily. I didn't have enough of any of it. All right, so now I have that trimmed down, and I just trimmed down that gold star paper. That's also from Under the Tree, and it's called Merrymaking. So now I'm trying to decide the width that I want this cluster here with the embellishments to be. And I'm getting that decided. All right, so that's working pretty well. Sorry about that. There was a little noise in my house, so I had to go shut a door. Anyway, so I have the star paper cut down, the Merrymaking star paper, and all of that is on that aqua blue background, and that's also from Under the Tree. It's called Cookie Nibbling, and I love that paper, so I'm so glad that I was able to really use it as a big feature on the layout, and I think it mixes beautifully with all of the aqua. So it gives me, when I look at this, it gives me the feeling of our lobby. So now I have grabbed these really darling tinsel bows from Chamel. They were from her 2015 Christmas collection, which I don't know the name of that. It's not on these bows, and I didn't get anything else in the collection except for these. And I think I bought the enamel, semi-enamel holly shapes. So I want to use some of these because I really want to emphasize the gold. There's a lot of gold in the decorating in the lobby, and I'm trying to figure out how to do that. And I'm thinking I want something round behind that bow. So I'm going through my collection of October Afternoon labels to see if I can find something that works. And I have quite a few sheets of those, I'll confess. I love them. And now they're vintage, I guess. And while I was doing that, I found this sheet that I had missed and didn't get into my Christmas box, so I changed that. So instead of round, I found this label here, and that came from the it's a scallop label. It came from October Afternoon report card, the label stickers. I don't end up loving it behind the bow, but I am going to work it into this cluster right here. It gives another little element down there and brings that red in again, which I think it really needed. And once I did that, then I really kind of like that little present up there, that little present die cut from that eggnog die cut shapes from October Afternoon. And I thought about the date label, but ended up not really caring for how that looked on the layout. And so I knew I wanted to get a little bit more blue in there, and I found this pine cone sticker from the Silent Night shape stickers. That's October Afternoon again too. And I love how that brings just that little touch of blue in there. And then I will confess that as I was cleaning up, a little red snowflake sticker from I don't even know what collection fell off. I think it might be from Holiday Style actually. It fell off onto my desk and it was hiding under things. So look in the close-ups at the end because I added that little snowflake sticker in that cluster right on top of the pine cone. And I really like what it did. It just pulled the whole cluster together. All right, so I'm really liking the way that that little present looks. So I'm going to add that in. And then I decided I wanted something else there to bring that cluster together. And I'm thinking about using some stars from the pop drops, from the Under the Tree pop drops. And what I'm going to end up doing is adding in hearts instead. And that snowflake sticker there is from Holiday Style, the shape stickers, which I believe that red round snowflake will be from as well. And that is from 2011. So it felt good to get a piece of that on this layout. And I'm not hoarding this, I'm using it, but it's time that I get this done. Now, I'm thinking about adding another bow here because I think just the one bow stands out too much, and I thought about the right side of that cluster and didn't like it. So when I put it onto the chipboard, that tinsel bow just really added the dimension that I needed, and it really kind of brought that layout together, that, you know, it's reading across that paper now instead of just that one that's really kind of calling itself out and saying, hey, look at me. Now I want to do my title, and I want the title to be Peace. So I grabbed my American Crafts Stickers Basics in Honeycomb, and I don't remember where I just found these. It might have been at Michael's. I liked the shape of them, and they're more of a yellow gold, so they work really well with all the other elements on here because that's more of a yellow gold than the more metallic-y gold that a lot of the thickers are in now. And I wasn't liking the space here. I thought there was too much space across the top. So I thought about peaceful as the title, and I'm going to end up changing that back to peace. And this has kind of a, I was going to say double meaning, but it's really a triple meaning. It was the peace of the time, me just relaxing and reading. It was the peace of how quiet it was, and it was the peace of being in this job that I really love. I work for myself now in a space that I really love, so there was not a lot of peace at my last job at the end. So I just thought that that really worked. And I'll interrupt here. I was thinking about putting that little asterisk on there, but I just didn't think it fit. It was, I don't know, a little too contemporary, I guess would be the, what I'm kind of thinking. I did think about dropping that piece down there, and then really just liked it. I didn't like it that close to everything else. I really wanted that to be emphasized. So, and then the third meaning here is just that I have a sense of peace in my life now. So after kind of a tough 2 years. So I really liked all of those meanings wrapped up into one in this layout. And I'm gluing things down, and I'm going to glue things down here, and then right after I do this, I'm going to decide I want to move them again. So now I'm looking at my October Afternoon Pop Drops, and I bought quite a few of these. I really like them. I found a gold heart because I wanted to bring the gold into that cluster as well. So I'm going to do that. And then again on this one, look at the still shots, because I did put another little gold heart up on that ornament. I just thought it looked funny with only having one of those on the layout, to my eye anyway. So I added that, and like how that looks a little bit better. Oh yeah, this is why I did it too. I ended up putting a little gold heart down on that little chipboard that says not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. And it looked funny to just have the two there on the bottom, so I put another one up on that ornament. I'd forgotten that that's really why I did it. All right, so I like the way everything looks, but then I decided that I had this whole piece a little bit too far down, that there was too much room at the top. So I moved it, and I'm going to play with this a little bit to get it in what I think is the right place, at least to my eye anyway, to get that down. I really like how this looks. I usually hang a layout in my scrap room on a clipboard, but I'm actually going to take this one and I'm going to put it in a frame that I have until I get my one little word done for 2016 or 2017. I know what it is, which is really cool. So you'll be seeing that layout eventually, and I usually have my layouts out about a month to 6 weeks. Right now I'm probably a little bit less than that because I haven't been scrapping 12 by 12 very much, but I'm going to insert this one into my queue for Christmas. So again, Merry Christmas to all of you, and thanks so much for all of your kind words and the you know, I just feel so blessed by your comments. So Merry Christmas to you and your family. And if you don't celebrate, just have a great week. Here's the still shot and a couple of detail shots coming up. Hope you are all well, and I'll be back again soon. Bye.